Guy Penrod, a name synonymous with powerful gospel music and heartfelt performances, has long been admired for his unwavering faith and soul-stirring voice. As the former lead singer of the legendary Gaither vocal band, he has touched millions of hearts across the globe. But behind the curtain of his musical brilliance, there exists a story that few people know. A story involving his family, hidden struggles, and truths that have left fans shocked and speechless. For years, Guy Penrod has been seen as the embodiment of positivity, faith, and family values. Social media, interviews, and concerts always portray a man grounded in strong principles, surrounded by a loving family. But as it often happens with public figures, the public image is only part of the story. Recent revelations from members of his own family have brought to light issues that were carefully kept private for decades. What has surfaced is both surprising and heartbreaking. It all began when whispers started circulating among fan communities. People noticed subtle signs during interviews and social media posts, hesitations, fleeting glances, and comments that hinted at more than what was being openly shared. Fans who thought they knew everything about the life of this beloved gospel singer were suddenly questioning what else might have been hidden. The first shock came when one of Guy's cousins stepped forward in a candid interview. The cousin, who requested anonymity due to fear of backlash, spoke about years of family tension that had never made headlines. According to this insider, certain family members had experienced long-standing conflicts rooted in misunderstandings, jealousy, and unspoken expectations. These were not petty disputes, but issues that, at times, created emotional divides within the family. One particularly surprising revelation involved financial disagreements. While Guy Penrod's career soared, his family reportedly faced challenges in managing resources, especially when it came to inheritance and shared assets. The source claimed that disputes over money were more severe than anyone realized, occasionally causing friction even between close siblings. Fans were stunned. Guy's image as a devoted family man now had a layer of complexity they had never anticipated. But financial disagreements were only one piece of the puzzle. The cousin also revealed that Guy's demanding career sometimes created unintended emotional distance within the family. Long tours, late-night performances, and constant travel meant that Guy could not always be present for every family occasion. While this is common for high-profile artists, in Guy Penrod's case, the absence seemed to intensify underlying tensions rather than merely complicate schedules. Some family members felt overlooked or undervalued, and these feelings lingered for years. What made the revelations even more shocking was the claim that there had been deliberate efforts to keep these issues private. Family members, while frustrated and hurt, had refrained from speaking publicly for fear of damaging Guy Penrod's reputation. The cousin emphasized that this was not about blame but about honesty, an attempt to shed light on what many fans had no idea was happening behind the scenes. Social media reactions to these revelations were explosive. Dedicated fans, who had always admired Guy for his faith-driven life, expressed shock and concern. Many struggled to reconcile the public persona of a flawless, loving family man with the reality of family conflict and complex human emotions. However, others argued that these revelations should not diminish Guy's contributions to gospel music, pointing out that every family faces challenges, even those in the public eye. In addition to the emotional and financial challenges, health struggles also emerged as a significant factor in the family's private life. According to the cousin, some family members had been dealing with serious health issues, both physical and mental, which were largely unknown to the public. Guy, despite his busy schedule, made efforts to support his family, but the demands of a global career sometimes created situations where he could not be fully present. What adds another layer of complexity is the role of public expectation. Fans have always held Guy Penrod to extraordinarily high standards, expecting him to be not just a talented musician but also a perfect role model, a devoted husband, and a supportive family member at all times. While Guy has undoubtedly excelled in many of these areas, the pressure to meet these expectations can be immense. The family revelations show that even someone admired worldwide is human, facing challenges and making difficult choices behind the scenes. The story does not end with tension and struggle. There are also moments of hope and reconciliation. According to the insider, recent years have seen attempts by family members to rebuild bridges. Conversations that were once avoided have begun, apologies have been made, and there are efforts to move past misunderstandings. These developments indicate that while the family has faced significant challenges, there is still room for healing and growth. Fans may wonder how these revelations will affect Guy Penrod's career and public image. Interestingly, the initial response seems to be one of support rather than judgment. Many fans have expressed empathy, recognizing that no family is perfect, and that the pressures of fame can complicate even the most loving relationships. Some commentators have highlighted that Guy's openness and willingness to address these issues publicly could strengthen his connection with fans, showing that he is authentic, human, and relatable. The story also sheds light on a broader issue that affects many public figures. The disconnect between public perception and private reality is often wide, and the pressure to maintain an image of perfection can have consequences for both the individual and their family. Guy Penrod's situation serves as a reminder that behind every celebrated figure, there are real people with real struggles, and that empathy and understanding are essential. As we continue to explore this story, it's important to emphasize that these revelations do not diminish Guy Penrod's legacy in gospel music. His voice, his talent, and his dedication to faith remain unchallenged. What changes is the perception of his personal life, bringing it into a more human, relatable light. For fans who have long admired him, this may be a moment of reflection, realizing that even heroes have their battles. In the next part of this series, we will dive deeper into specific incidents that highlight the family's challenges, examine the emotional impact on Guy himself, and uncover more details about how he has navigated fame, family expectations, and personal struggles. The truth is both shocking and inspiring, a complex story of resilience, love, and the human experience. For now, Part 1 has set the stage. Guy Penrod's family is not just a picture-perfect unit as fans imagined. There are secrets, struggles, and stories that reveal a side of him rarely seen in public. And while the shock of these revelations may unsettle some, it also opens the door to a more nuanced understanding of a man whose voice has touched millions, and whose life, like everyone else's, is filled with both triumphs and trials. One of the first shocking revelations involves the early years of Guy Penrod's career. While many fans know that he rose to fame as the lead singer of the Gaither vocal band, few realize the personal sacrifices and family tensions that accompanied his ascent. According to insiders, Guy's relentless dedication to music often meant missing key family events, birthdays, anniversaries, and even funerals. While the public saw him performing on stage with confidence and joy, behind closed doors, these absences sometimes created feelings of neglect and resentment among family members. A particularly dramatic moment occurred during a family reunion several years ago. Sources claim that a heated argument erupted between Guy and a sibling over past grievances and perceived slights. The argument, which reportedly lasted for hours, involved accusations of favoritism, financial disputes, and unaddressed emotional pain. Witnesses who were present describe a scene filled with raw emotion, voices raised, tears shed, and long-standing wounds finally exposed. Fans who idolize Guy may find it shocking to learn that even someone with his reputation was not immune to familial conflict. Another surprising aspect of the family dynamic involves financial disagreements that have persisted over time. While Guy Penrod achieved remarkable success, not all family members benefited equally. Some felt that they were left behind or overlooked when it came to shared resources or business opportunities linked to Guy's career. According to The Insider, these tensions sometimes caused deep divisions, with family members quietly nursing feelings of envy or disappointment. Perhaps the most emotional revelation centers around health struggles within the family. It has come to light that certain family members have faced serious medical conditions, both physical and mental, that remained largely private. The stress of these situations, combined with Guy's demanding career, created an environment of emotional strain. The Insider emphasizes that these health challenges were not widely discussed, even among close relatives, in part to protect Guy's image and maintain public appearances. Despite these conflicts, there are also moments of hope and resilience that shine through. One particularly moving incident involves Guy personally stepping in to support a family member during a critical medical crisis. Sources say that he went above and beyond, coordinating care, providing financial assistance, and offering emotional support, even while juggling his busy touring schedule. This moment reflects the complexity of his family life, torn between professional demands and personal obligations, yet striving to do what is right. Social media reactions to these revelations have been intense. Fans who previously viewed Guy Penrod solely through the lens of his music are now confronted with a more nuanced understanding of his life. Some express shock, others empathy, and a few even criticism. Yet the overwhelming response leans toward admiration for his ability to navigate both fame and family difficulties. This speaks volumes about the public's recognition that even admired figures face real-world struggles. Part of what makes these revelations so compelling is the insight they provide into the emotional toll of fame. Guy Penrod's career has been marked by incredible accomplishments, but with success comes scrutiny and expectation. The pressure to maintain a perfect image while dealing with private family issues can be immense. Friends and insiders describe Guy as someone who bears this weight with quiet dignity, often sacrificing his own peace to protect others. In addition to family disputes and personal sacrifices, there have been hints of external influences that further complicated matters. Industry pressures, business decisions, and public expectations sometimes clashed with family needs, creating tension that spilled into private life. Some insiders suggest that